Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of We Read Your Rights. The theme for this week was Matters of the Heart, and we've had some really great submissions, so thank you to everyone for taking part. The first poem that I'm going to read is titled Love by Jonah Yambui. If my love for you was the ocean, it would have drowned the Milky Way. If it was rain, it would have filled up the earth to its highest peak. And if it was the wind, it would have blown all the stars out of the sky. But I guess it wasn't any of those. I guess it was just my life, just my heart. It was just my whole being, so it wasn't enough. But before I go, I just thought you should know that if the ocean drowns you, I can swim with you. If the rain comes with a storm, I can be your shelter. And if the wind becomes too strong, I can always fly beside you. You don't have to go around the universe to find love. You don't have to climb Everest to find a shoulder to rest on. And you don't have to pull him out of a shooting star wish. I'll just be here, waiting on you. The next poem is very powerfully written. It's called This Matters by Janet Stoyle. The pain was instant, all-consuming, unimaginable torturous pain, liquid fire raining down from above. An invisible cloud in a cloudless blue sky, dripping juicy death and destruction on a village of unwary residents. Clothing blasted away in a nanosecond. Cold fingers of pain caressing warm skin before the heat took total control and burned. Rippled skin tearing from a prepubescent body, hanging in tattered shreds, in a poor imitation of wet, discoloured, corrugated paper. This was a war. Such are the results of war. A war encompassing innocent children. Chemical fire irrevocably claiming a girl. Sprinting, screaming from Armageddon into an adulthood of nightmare memories. Along the way, learning to forgive all the sins perpetrated against her. The next poem is titled Matters of the Heart by Junior McIntyre. When did I give you my heart? Nah, you stole it like a thief and taught it to love again when I thought love was out of reach. When did your smile unveil true love when I was not even searching? You touched deep within my soul and erased all of my hurtings. How did I learn to love again? When I got lost in your eyes. They taught me that love was worth it. What a wonderful surprise. How did you take my breath away? Just by being who you are. Such enchanting, graceful beauty. No one else can stand on par. The heart has a strange way of finding love, and my heart found you. I don't quite know how it did it, but I know this love is true. So I'll endure any trial for you, any hurt or pain or taunt, for in the matters of the heart, this heart wants what it wants. The next poem is by Joyce West, titled Matters of the Heart. I'm sitting on the floor, as mournful tears pour from my eyes made red, as though they've bled, with rivers of blood released in the flood of love and despair that show how I care for the love that we had. Now, being driven mad by the careless way you threw me away, with no second thought of the pain being wrought, I am collateral damage for your inability to manage the complexity of loving, as the routine of living replaced the burning fire of our initial heady desire. Was it your stupid vanity or some sexual insanity which caused you to stray in the vernacular play away? Maybe you were just bored, or were your words a fraud, and your inability to commit the real reason I now sit, feeling my heart will break, loving you, my only mistake. The next poem is by Joanne Lee. Oh, my myocardium, I do memorize your beat. In every moment, the oracle in booming repeat. What cardiology you correlate in matters of the heart, chambers of identity from moment of its start. The very ventricle receiving life, pumped in pacing measure, cordial in arteries, in oxygenated treasure, compassionate in blushed red hue, benevolence guided kind, euphoric beating, overwhelmed, untamed in blessed blind, held resolute in faithful flutter, mere mortal in situation brave, you are but a muscle in veiny gutter, to your health we strive enslaved. In humble heart gone weakening, in slow descent of broken, doth the sight of you in stillness wear the veil of sorrow spoken. Now I have one final poem to read. It's titled Three Fingers by Layla Samarai. Three fingers circling, convulsing digits diametric malicious. Three fingers circling scent, shoulder flesh torn, ripped and rend. The herald tunes his instrument. The Presbyterian Church penumbral, embezzled in schismatics convulsing convocation, taking communion in retaliation. But be not silent, without vocal evocations emanating prayer, without navigations in magnetic compasses of course, without emancipating exhortations for Elohim, without divinity's assistance. Awake, sleepers, awake, sitherers, awake, dirt eaters of witch soil, broadening clouds, enveloping storms, cumuli more colossal than the spirit following my fate, avengers exsanguination sate, bound and headbound on Nietzschean stump forlorn, with no space between you and emptiness embrace. Dense pitches broil in the dissension, either the asylum or the sword remains, the only potentials. Jehovah Shammah put my soul out in your palm, in the twisting of fingering fugue thralls, 42,000 falling at the crossing. I am passionate, pathetic, prophetic in facades. I was a shibboleth in lachrymose lament. I was frozen in nails and thorn whisperings, atop the Christ's crown. I was a spike piercing penetrant into holy logos bones. I was dirty and unworthy in unwashable ash crosses, going out about the world screaming unclean into the dark. 100 Jordanians could not erase the blot, and parchment is written just so to wickedness, signing deceit in the infernal infinites. I thought everyone else kinder, lighter, more luminescent. I thought everyone else preferable, preferential, more powerful. Lethal thieves in Noah's submarines, vicious lions tamed. Who are they? In venial, in vulgar veils. Decapitate them in mid-flight heights, upturn heads holding blooming bouquets, alluring elegance angelic with open mouths, dying flower pot rot, duplicating devilled touches, hushes of his aspiring secrets, vanquishing he, vanquishing me, so let it be. Hideous deformation, sinly, unsightful, wicked, ignoble, vileness and horribles, corruptions unknowable. Withdraw thee from nevermores, abysmal footfalls, prisoning reaper, demoning, screaming in the slobbering darkness, spirits shriek siren. And I am sticking my tongue through keyholes, voided Stygian peepholes, abominable ancient crafted jail locks, so let the bastard bite it off. Curs and vermin, bandits and highwaymen, crafty thieves in the night, sleepwalking liars carrying crippling children in sickly arms delight. Killers, cutthroats and slayers can cast no tricks nor await for us in the darks of night. For the Eurodivi in primordial potencies powerfully decor churches with amaranthians of evil, beholding Coius behind foresight, god of intellect and bright oculi, descending in wounded Dolores and Tristitia, tearing out his eyes, confined in this blind life among askancés, deliver us from the trickery of cheating existences. Metamorphosis of betrayal shifting in drifting and bloodshedding, drowning in the dyers of grievances. Oh, how I hated myself, God. Oh, how I hated myself and all my vain remains. My third self seeking forgiveness's banishings and perceiving smiles around wept threats. These three fingers were circling still, from bridge to bounds, wept in vain laments. These three fingers, Jehovah, these three fingers first and last, these three-fingered fates. Thank you very much for watching, everybody.